Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Dean, or as you know me, Twistie3. Welcome back to the Twistie Test Championship. Apologies for this video coming out a day late. I had some recording issues with it, including the commentary not actually working when I put it in. So that's why this has been a little bit slow. I'll make sure you guys see these every day until the remainder of this test match is finished, as we resume play here on day 2 between England and Pakistan. It's Babar Azam out in the middle with Yasir Shah. Bit of a challenge for England to take these remaining 4 wickets this morning, especially with both these guys in reasonable touch. Babar's been in at the crease for 280 odd balls, and Yasir Shah's been there for 81 as well. So they have found it difficult. They haven't been able to get this breakthrough, even with the second new ball available to them. So it'll be up to, I guess, Sam Curran and Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad, who's also yet to take a wicket, and Jofra Archer to get these wickets. Obviously no spinner here for England today. Saw a few people talking about England not playing with a spinner, but that's how they played their last test match. So that's what we're going to have to deal with, at least for now, and then we'll maybe see England bring a spinner in for the next test. Who would you like to see come in for England as the 250s brought up for Pakistan with this drive down the ground? As Bubba makes the push towards 200, and it's going to be it's a good batting wicket, so it is going to be pretty difficult for England to get these wickets, and then they'll have to see how they go in reply. Obviously they want to keep this total underneath 400, but it doesn't look likely at the moment. You just wonder where this wicket's going to come from. Jimmy Anderson looking the most dangerous of the bowlers so far. He's got 3 for 89. Is he going to be the man to deliver again? He gets the inside edge of Babar Azam, and yes, he is the man to deliver. So he's pretty happy about that one. He dismissed Bubba for 192. He'll be disappointed he wasn't able to go on and get that double ton, but he has put in a very valuable contribution to the innings, as Mohammad Abbas on his second ball just hits the back end of his elbow or his glove, and in the end it's just rolled onto the stumps. We see the zing bails light up, and there's another wicket. So Pakistan 376 for 8. We don't even hear the clunk of the stumps. That's how sort of tight it sort of chipped the stumps. But with those 2 quick wickets, it's really got England back in the game a little bit here, as they could keep this total under 400. Jofra getting an outside edge now, and they've got 3 quick ones. So Yasir Shah goes for 58. All of a sudden Pakistan down to their final wicket of Shaneen Afridi and Naseem Shah. I want to remember what his name was for a moment. Oh, there's a big swing and a miss. Oh, and they're looking for a run here. Oh, no, it's not really on. And there was a mix-up. This is a terrible run out. It's the first run out we've seen all innings. And it was the tail-enders who just couldn't really work it out in the end. Was it yes? Was it no? Was it yes? Or was it no? In the end, Joe Root just picked the ball up and whipped the bails off. Jimmy Anderson finished with 5 wickets, and Pakistan finished with 383 on the board. They lost their last 4 wickets for just 7 runs. As you can see there, or maybe the last 3 wickets, I suppose you can say, for 7 runs. But it did allow England a little bit of an opportunity to get back in the game. 383 on the board for Pakistan. Obviously, they would have been hoping for 400 plus, given the start they did have. How will England go in reply? It is Zach Crawley and Dom Sibley out there in the middle, with Shaneen Afridi to bowl the first ball round the wicket, and sees it through to the keeper. And now the first runs of the day off the bat of Zach Crawley. You just wonder if this is going to be a little bit of an aggressive showing here from Zach Crawley. Does like to play his shots, as he takes on the short ball straight away and gets it to the boundary for 4. So the worst possible scenario for England would be lose their 2 openers in the next 2 overs. They've got 2 more overs to see out that first session, so it is a little bit of a tricky little period here. 6 overs to face. 2 more of those, if they can survive, then they can really get stuck in the next session. As Dom Sibley gets himself his first boundary. driving off the back foot for 4. So they've looked good early. Hasn't been too many opportunities or too many plays and misses. So it has been a promising start for England as they're wanting a third run here. I don't think you should be taking those risks on the final ball of the session. In the end, England survived that little dangerous period. They're 29 for none. So Crawley 21 from 21. What a start it's been for him. So they've survived this afternoon session, and now the twilight period begins. Of course, this is a day-night test for those who might have forgotten that. I did mention that on day one. We did see some action under lights. Does England have many day-night tests? I'm not too sure. I don't actually have a clue. I know we definitely have one in Australia. We definitely try to have 1 or 2 here in Australia. As Sibley heads this towards the boundary. It's not quite going to be 4. They'll pick up the third with a bit of hesitation. They'll pick up a third. And that will be the 50 partnership for these 2 openers off 63 balls. It's been a really good start. And it's been the perfect start for England not to lose an early wicket. As we see the outside edge race to the boundary. Off Dom Sibley. That's where they got to bowl it. If they want these wickets, Pakistan, it's going to be pitched up higher. Short balls are just not working so far. They're not creating the drive, and they're not really creating as many opportunities. There's a run-out opportunity here, and it's going to be a run-out. So England, with some poor running between the wickets, have cost themselves this really good opening stand. As you can see here, Mohammad Abbas collecting the ball, and not even really in the frame was Dom Sibley. He's out for 20. England 60 for 1. Oh, good shot. Good show, sir. A boundary over cover. And now along the ground through point. And this is what we've seen from Crawley all morning, all afternoon. All of this innings, I should really be saying. Is he just isn't afraid to take on the bowlers and play some aggressive shots. That one goes in the air, but it goes in the gap. And he brings up his half century with 11 boundaries. It's been really aggressive. Edged. Oh, and dropped. Even on the second bite, he didn't quite get there. First real opportunity we've seen for Pakistan. Put down, and now again another edge. But it's into the gap. So they've got to hang on to those chances, Pakistan. They can't afford England any of those opportunities. They've spread the field a little bit more to Crawley, and he still managed to find a mid-wicket gap and get a boundary. Just got to be a little better with their bowling at the moment. There is the edge, and there is the wicket. As we saw here, this was pitched up. Didn't bounce a heap. Crawley tried to play it off the back foot. Really could have got forward to it and gone with the drive, but instead it was an outside edge. Mohammad Rizwan took the catch. England 117 for 2. As that might have caught a bit of glove. It has. Joe Root now gone for 4. So he didn't spend too long at the crease. Afridi gets that wicket. Look at this. Just the bottom part of Joe Root's glove, and it was in the air long enough for Babar Azam to get underneath it. He's been absolutely everywhere today, Baba. 122 for 3, so a couple of quick wickets lost for England. All of a sudden, pressure on Ben Stokes. We know he's a man who loves pressure, can clutch up in the big moments. And he's got real opportunity in front of him here. England at the moment, they've got, what have they got? Two and a bit more overs to see out this afternoon session before we head into the evening session of play. So they come back for 3 here. But it is going to be, I guess, quite difficult under the lights. Oh, God. I'm yelling. This is difficult. As they come back for 3 more. Apologies, everyone. England have brought up their 150 as well. As the lights come on here. And we head into the final session of play. Yasir Shah is going to be handed the ball. He's bowled 8 overs so far without too much luck. And Joe Denley's happy to continue that not much luck by whipping him over the top for 4. He'll move to 49. Oh, and now over mid-off. All the way to the boundary. What a great way to bring up your 50. Joe Denley's been maybe not quite as aggressive as Zach Crawley was earlier today. He's got the 9 boundaries for his half-century. Sort of played it a bit slower, and then once Crawley did depart, he thought he would take over the role of aggressor, as that's an aggressive stroke from Ben Stokes. Just real power behind it. Geez, he got really low there too. Almost put himself in a poor position to try and hit it. As Denley's tried to spin this one round the corner, it's caught the bottom end of his glove as he's turned, and it's just gone and ricocheted onto the stumps for a wicket. So England lose wickets number 4. Joe Denley departs for 55. England 195 for 4. Ollie Pope now to the middle. As the 200 is brought up for England with that boundary there. And now we talk about England, you know, it's not a bad batting deck. We talk about the collapse. We've only really seen the one quick double wicket, I suppose, in this innings, which was Joe Root departing for just 4 runs. Everyone else has made a bit of a partnership together, and that's how they've got to go about this chase, or at least for this first innings, is just build some partnerships. At the moment, they're 4 for 214. Ben Stokes has brought up his 50. They've still got a further 170 runs to get themselves ahead of the game. There's still plenty of time left in this matchup. We're only on day 2, so it's not as if Pakistan batted a full 2 days. Only batted a day in a session. So really opportunity is coming for England right now. If they can finish this day off strong. There's another 2 overs to go tonight, and that's a really strange shot to be playing, Ben Stokes, but he's played it, got the edge, and found the boundary. With 2 overs to go, you'd think they just want to see out the night. 4 down. That would be their number 1 priority. There's a drive off the back foot. It's going to be 4 more runs from Ollie Pope, as we are in the final over of the day's play. England just looking to survive, but still get runs if they're on offer. That one was a little bit short and maybe wide. As Ollie Pope tucks this to the onside for a dot. We've got 1 more ball left today. Ben Stokes will be at the non-strikers end. Shaneen Afridi to bowl it. He's got a couple today. Can he get his 3rd? Can England see the day out? 4 down. Pope to the onside. Fielded by the Pakistani fielder. And that will be the end of day 2. Ben Stokes, Ollie Pope unbeaten out in the middle for England. They trail by 121 runs at 4 for 262. Couple of half centuries to go through as well today. Joe Denley 55, Zach Crawley 72, and then of course Ben Stokes, who's still out in the middle on 76. Thank you all for watching. See you all on day 3 as England continue to press their first innings forward. Goodbye.